Hi Barry, 44 years, wow, who would have thought? I've heard you call anything from a Formula Ford race to a Formula Brabham, supercars. It doesn't matter what category it is, I think I've heard you call over the many years, and you've done such a fantastic job. You know, to driving with Richo, you know, some of the wins that you had were amazing. Good luck in your retirement. I hope you have a really great time. You've been fantastic for the sport.
Baz, Aaron Noonan here. Congratulations, mate. 44 years, a super amazing stint of commentary at tracks around the country and, of course, around the world. Now, as a very young bloke, or a much slightly younger bloke than I am now, you were wonderful, I've got to tell you. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up your backside. As a young bloke, I was trying to get a bit of commentary going in among the journalism stuff I was doing at the time. And most people in your position as the series championship voice with your patch of dirt would have pushed people away from it, but you were most welcoming, yourself and David Rose, who gave a young bloke not a push away, but an arm around the shoulder and an opportunity to enjoy some stuff with you guys, both in commentary and in the pit lane, but also to learn a little bit and have some fun along the way. Mate, it's not so much how long you've been doing this for, it's how you've done it. And I reckon that everybody in Symmons Plains this weekend and around Australia can dip their lid to you, not just for all those Targa wins and all that stuff, but for your service to the sport, for the commentary that you've done, for the research that you put in, for the effort that you put in to go with it all. It's not just all of those things, it's how you do it. And I think, Barry, you should be so very proud of that. I know I'm very proud to know he's a friend, and wishing you all the very best for this weekend. That voice, I wish I had a voice just like yours. I could be absolutely dangerous as a commentator. Mate, enjoy the final weekend. I'm sure you'll get wheeled out to host a lunch or a function or something here or there. But put your feet up from the weekends of commentary. Enjoy being a punter in the future and taking in the racing, and all the very best to you. Have a great weekend.
Hey Baz, Stridey, wow mate, wow, just wow. What a ride, 44 years and the very best in the business, and you've taught so many of us so much about commentary, and everyone's said how much you've done and how good you've been in that 44 years. Wow, right back to 1980, I remember when you started in the old control tower at Symmons Plains, opposite the start line. They were right next to the start line. I was on the flag point opposite. Watched you do your thing for some time. For the last 10 years, I've been privileged to stand next to you and learn from the master himself. You've taught me so much about commentary, and I can't thank you enough for that. But it's not just that, it's the time you've spent doing other things. You're a life member of the Motorsports Club of Tasmania. You're a member of the Motorsport Hall of Fame. You're 34 years as the chairman of that particular body. You're a Hall of Famer with Targa Tasmania. You're also a legend there. You're an 8-time winner. You've been 10 years as the chairman of State Council here in Tasmania. You've called 15 years of supercars and a whole bunch of time of the development series and Formula Ford, karts, speedway, drags, you name it, you've done it. Baz, it's going to be really strange next year when we don't have you in the box come the first round at Symmons Plains. I'm really going to miss you, buddy, and hopefully you'll come down and join us for the historics at Baskerville in November. But don't be a stranger, mate. There's always a spot in a commentary box in Tasmania for you. And hope you've enjoyed your 44 years. Enjoy your retirement. And on behalf of everyone in motorsport, thank you so much for everything you've delivered to this sport over a long, long period of time. Take care, mate.
Hey Baz, Dick Johnson. Mate, I hear that you're finally going to retire after 44 years of commentating. Boy, mate, that's a long time. And I remember the first time that we ever met down in Tassie in the early 80s and that, and the time we had with JD and all the boys was a bit of fun, mate. But having all those years too, 15 of them with supercars, you've done a great job, buddy. And boy, you're even a star driver back in the early days. Probably when John Bower used to be your fan. So I hope everything goes well for you, mate. You enjoy everything you do from here on. So on your Baz.
Hi Barry, Angus Richard, ancient commentator from Symmons Plains. Mate, I first met you at a Christmas function in Launceston, and I remember well we sat down and we talked about motor racing and cars in general, and I thought this guy is good. So I asked you if you could pop in and see us in the control tower at the next race meeting. So the next race meeting comes along, I'm up in the control tower, I'm dying for a pee and I've got no backup, and there you are across the track. So I call you on the mic, you come over, I say, Barry, I'm off, here's the mic, and the rest is history. You were a natural. Mate, you've turned out to be probably the best motor mouth Australia's ever had. And I understand you're retiring, so just a quick word of thanks for your contribution both to the national scene and to the Tasmanian scene. And mate, in your retirement, don't forget, finish the book. And this, while my wife still believes that I ticked the wrong box when I ordered my mobility scooter. Very best to you, mate. Cheers.
Baz, you're a legend, mate. Congratulations on everything that you've achieved. You're one of the voices of my childhood. I can remember walking through the gate at Wanneroo and hearing you echo through the PA, and it was an honour to be able to do that job myself one day as well and call at places like Bathurst and at my home track at Wanneroo. I actually have a pretty cool photo of meeting you long before you and I really knew who each other were, and I was actually getting an autograph of Alan Jones and Paul Morris at the Benson & Hedges BMW team, and there you are sitting there in your Target Tassie gear doing your commentary notes. So it's definitely showed at that stage that there's work to be done to be a commentator, and you've got to go and get all the research done as well. But I also got to hear you commentating Rally Australia as well. So while a lot of people would think about you as what you've achieved in Targa and also as a commentator for the Australian Touring Car Championship, I can hear you calling the Bunning stage out in the middle of nowhere and doing the super special stage stuff over there as well. So thanks for everything, mate, and all the best.
G'day Baz, Matt Nolte here. I heard there's a bit of a party going on in Tasmania tonight. Wish I could be there to be with you guys. Just want to say a big congratulations. What an achievement, what a contribution you've done to Australian motorsport, whether it was in the commentary box or in a race car yourself. It's immeasurable what you brought. You set the benchmark for a series commentator at a racetrack. A lot of us today followed you, wanted to be like you, and have learned a lot from you. We wish you could be there, but I'm sure you're having a fantastic night. I've enjoyed every chance I've had to catch up with you. They've been brief over the years, but certainly this year, sharing the commentary box with you down there for the practice day at Symmons Plains was a great career highlight for me. You still got it. It's amazing to hear your voice. So sprightly still. I hope I'm like that when I get a bit older too. But congratulations. Wish I was there. I'm sure there's a lot of people in that room tonight that are very, very happy to see you. And don't be a stranger. Come to the track next year, because I definitely want to see you for many, many years to come. Good luck, mate, and all the best.
G'day Baz, NC here. The word on the street is that you're doing the all-time mic drop, which is a real shame. Just want to say congratulations on everything you've achieved along the way. Always been a great friend, a friendly face and a friendly voice, a great friend of motorsport. So whatever it is that you're going to do, whether you're just going to scream and shout at the television or whether or not you're going to go down the pub and just tell everybody what's going on and who's drinking what and how fast and whether or not they're breaking the drinking records, I don't know. But whatever it is that you're going to do, we're at a go-kart track, by the way. For my staff Grand Prix, whatever it is you're going to do, I hope that you do it well. I hope you enjoy it, and I just wanted to wish you well. I want to wish you good health, and thanks for all of the energy, the effort, the passion and the skill that you've been able to infuse in the sport that we jointly love for many, many decades. So all the best, mate. Lots of love.
G'day, Baz. This is JB. I've been told by various friends that you are retiring this weekend from commentary. And as we have shared this journey, motorsport journey, for a very long time, together, basically, I want to wish you all the best, mate. I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm sure you'll find plenty, you and your dear wife. And let me tell you, it's been a pleasure knowing you all this time, listening to you, being interviewed by you, and generally being a mate. So all the best for the future. Make sure it's a happy one. See you, mate.
Congratulations, Baz, on an absolutely amazing career, mate. You've called some of the biggest names in Australian motorsport at some of the biggest events, but for me, I think your humility, your honesty, your integrity, and just the way you've carried yourself across all these years, mate, you're an absolute icon. I hope you enjoy your retirement and look forward to catching up with you at a few race meetings, spectating and enjoying motor racing for many more years to come. Congratulations, Baz.
Barry Oliver, Cameron Vanderdungen here, mate. Congratulations on an incredible career and best of luck with your retirement. A little memory from me, my very first gig commentating in supercars was actually your last one at Phillip Island all those years ago. I think it was 2007. An incredible trailblazer, an icon of the sport, someone that all of us in the commentary crew and fraternity look up to and admire. Mate, congratulations on an incredible career and seriously enjoy a very well-earned retirement.
Hi Barry, Roland here to wish you a very happy final retirement and to congratulate you on your years and years of commentary across not only Tasmania but in my day the Supercars Championship when I first came to Australia, and you befriended Triple Eight before most people did, frankly. You were very open with us from the beginning. We loved having you around the garage. If you remember, we had quite an emotional scene, and I think it was the end of 2007 when we gave you a little going away memento at the end of that commentary run that you did, and I enjoyed that moment with you and still enjoy seeing you from time to time when we catch up. The fact is though that you're utterly biased. I've never met anyone so biased in the commentary booth apart from maybe David Croft talking about bombs on the television in Formula One. All you wanted to see was Tasmanians bloody win. Luckily there weren't too many of them around in that period once Marcus had buggered off to America. I can only wish you all the best and hope to run into you soon in the deep, dark south in Tassie. All the best, mate.
Hey Baz, Mark Perry here. How are you, mate? Just wanted to say well done on an incredible career. Who would have thought 27 years ago you lent me a set of notes so I could go and compete in my first Targa Tasmania. And here we are, 2024, still best of mates, and you've done so much for Targa Tasmania. Got an ambassador for our event, 8-time winner. It's hard to put in words how much gratitude, not just myself, but everyone at Targa feels for your contribution to our amazing event. It's recently we've had some pretty tough times, and again when we needed you, you were there for us and helped us through a pretty tough process. And when we get back to business next year, we'll be remembering how you got us there yet again. We love you, Baz, and all the best in retirement, and we hope to see you at Targa Tasmania in 2025. Take care, mate.
Hi Barry, Craig Lowndes here. Now, I've been told that you're finally going to hang up your microphone, so congratulations on a massive career. I remember meeting you for the first time down in Tasmania at Symmons Plains. I think it was Formula Ford days, so that's a long time ago. But you have been the voice of motor racing, and you've been brilliant in the way you deliver it, and we've all learned a lot from you. So please enjoy your retirement, spend some time with the family, and hopefully we might catch up with you next year at Symmons Plains.
Baz, Richard Craill here, mate. On your retirement from commentary, which seems remarkable. I grew up going to Malala, and you were one of the voices of my childhood, and one of the reasons that I am lucky enough to do what I do today. You were the voice that would echo out when the touring cars when my heroes were out, and I loved your commentary then, and then getting an opportunity to call with you at Symmons Plains, wherever it might have been at Shannon's Rounds or Supercars events, was also a massive privilege and an incredible journey to be part of, mate. You are a legend. Always love catching up with you when we're down in Tassie. I love the phone calls. I love the chats. It's been a privilege, mate, to work with you over my career. Wanted to wish you all the best. Congratulations on everything you've achieved and everything you've done for our sport. You are one of our great voices and will ever be so. Congratulations on hanging up the microphone, mate, and I know you'll get out in that Porsche of yours, go for some drives and enjoy motorsport as you have done for such a long time. Thank you, mate, for working with me, for being part of my career, and all the very best. Cheers, Baz.
Barry Oliver Esquire. How about that for a commentary box view for you? That's at Highlands here in Cromwell in New Zealand. Little bit different, mate, to the Tower of Death at Oran Park where we first worked with each other, complete with the holes in the floor covered by a bit of lino and I think a leaky roof as well. Somehow it never got bowled by a race car. I have very cool memories of those days, mate, and the most immediate thing that springs to mind is firstly the research that you did, the folder that you came in with, and what a lesson that was for young up-and-coming broadcasters. But importantly, mate, it was the kindness that you showed us. You were always so passionate, so engaging, and in a game that can be full of egos at times, you were anything but that, and I am forever grateful of the way that you treated me. Thank you. Congratulations on an incredible chapter, mate. To still think that you pick up the mic even to this weekend is again another great example to all of us, and I'm pleased that you've done it for so long. That's a great thing. We're also a little bit envious of you too, because most commentators are sort of frustrated competitors in some way, and unlike the rest of us who don't really have much talent in that regard, you were mighty alongside the great Jimmy Richards with what you did at Targa. So congratulations on that. Congratulations on what you've done in commentary. Have a well-earned beer this weekend. I'm sorry I'm not there with you. And thanks for sharing the combox with me along the way. It's been a joy.
Well, Barry Oliver, I hear you've decided to hang up your headset and call it a day. What a distinguished life journey you've been fortunate to travel, not just in your commentating career, but also one that includes many other outstanding motorsport accolades. Your start in the commentary box was at a similar time of my own competition journey, and I, for one, always admired your professionalism and behind-the-scenes preparation to deliver an informative dialogue of facts. Your efforts in the way you went about gaining insightful knowledge on competitors, officials, volunteers, tracks and other useful information is a true testament and credit of your passion. Your ability to add humour with that unique Barry Oliver touch made your commentating all that little more relevant and interesting. This is a defining fact noticed and admired by many. It was always comforting and heartening when travelling to mainland motorsport events to hear your distinctive commentary. I would often say, "Oh, that's our Barry Oliver." We're fortunate to have witnessed an unbelievable era in motorsport, and you've been every bit part of that journey. Not only have you been the man behind the microphone with your commentary, but also as a successful navigator with none other than the great Jim Richards, amassing an amazing 8 Targa Tasmanian titles and then introduction into the Tasmania Hall of Fame. These just some of your amazing feats achieved. I'm sure you can proudly look back and reminisce with pride those great days of the Oliver and Rosie as the dynamic duo. You certainly raised the bar high and made for interesting listening. You have paved the way forward for the likes of Andrew Stridey, who follows closely in your footsteps. As a Tasmanian, you have done your home state proud, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of the great Australian motor racing community, past and present, in thanking you for your contribution. We wish you and your families the best in the years ahead, and may your journey along the road to happiness stay on course for many more years to come. In the wise words I distinctly remember you quoting at the end of many a race meeting, may your camshaft cam, your crankshaft crank, and your pistons go up and down. Barry, your contribution to motorsport has been immense, and we thank you for your respect, generosity and time. Your presence behind the microphone will be sorely missed, but rest assured your legacy will live on. Cheers to you, Barry Oliver.
Hey Baz, Garth Tander here. Just wanted to send you a quick message to say congratulations on what a career. The term legend is often used, but I think in your case it rings true. Mate, the soundtrack of supercars events in the early part of my career was your voice, and your passion, enthusiasm and desire to make the product as good as it could be was seriously inspiring. So mate, I am really want to wish you all the best. Thank you for your service to our game. I really appreciate your friendship, and I hope we can catch up soon.
Hey Baz, Motor Mouth, Mouth of the North. It's Rosie here, the Motor Mouth, Mouth of the South. Mate, if only I could find those fantastic wind cheaters that the great Angus Richard produced for us 40-something years ago. They were a bit of a hoot at the time. That was good fun. Angus Richard, of course, the man. Well, it's all his fault, really, isn't it? Because he, if you like, employed us both, got us into this commentary caper 44 odd years ago in a 6-month period, 78, 79, and we started more or less together, and here we are. Simmons playing Sunday, final round of the championship, and who are the aged spruikers calling the action? You and moi, a septuagenarian and an octogenarian. Gee, it's come to this. You know what? We've got to be doing something half right because they keep inviting us back. And you're invited back anytime, by the way. Mate, what a blast it's been. We came onto the scene in, as I say, in the late 70s, early 80s, and what great days they were. Basketball in particular was absolutely thriving. We had fantastic sports at Anfields and used to bring down Porsches and Peter Brock and Alan Jones, and there was touring cars, special races, and it was just magnificent. And we were lucky to be part of that and to be part of calling it as well. And they were fantastic times. A lot of people said to me, gee, Rosie, then and now, you know, you're kind of the odd cuppa, you and Baz. You're quite different. But, yep, yeah, it's sort of yin and yang. I was a 25, 26-year-old brash smartass. I'm just a 70-year-old brash smartass now. But and I did my thing and you did your thing. You know what? That's why it worked. You did Barry and I did Rosie, and it just worked. We didn't, step on each other's toes, as it were. And I think we did a pretty good job of entertaining the masses. I was so rapt for you, mate, when you went off to do the V8s because you were perfect for it. Because you were well regarded, you were respected, everybody liked you. Importantly though, you were very professional in your outlook then and now, and very well researched. Nobody in my whole time in motorsport prepares or researches or delivers as well as you do, Baz. You really are the benchmark for that, and I'm pleased to see that a couple of young fellas coming through the commentary ranks are emulating you, and they're happy to admit that. By the way, so you've been the benchmark there for 15 years. That was fantastic. I was already doing Bathurst, and then you joined me, and it was funny when you hit Bathurst, and you wanted to be not down with all the action. You wanted to be up the top of the circuit in the Castrol Tower, which was empty at the time, so it became sort of the Tower of Barry, the Barry's Palace. And you get up there at the top there, and you spread all out all your folders and your notes and all your bits and pieces, and you were happy as a pig in poo. People used to laugh about the Barry Bible, but they didn't laugh when they could get on the phone because you had phones then. Pretty sophisticated, not. And so Barry got this question, you go, oh yeah. And you go through there and you give them what they wanted and they go, oh, okay. Because you knew everything. You knew all the stats of the drivers, you knew what colour underpants the co-driver wore, you knew the lead mechanic's name, you knew his next door neighbour's dog was all there. And you've never stopped being thorough and the go-to man for all you need to know about things in motorsport. Your preparation is absolutely unparalleled. And mine's not. So again, there's that yin and yang, but it's just kind of worked. And I was so proud of what we did when I was fortunate enough to be the pit lane bloke for you, Baz, at those endurance events around the country, the Clipsal 500, Sandown, Bathurst, Queensland, and so on. I was so proud, not just because we did it, but those were the days when you had a lap time. There were no micro splits, no tyres, had nothing, just a lap time. And you go, oh. So to keep the punters informed, we did it. So I'd run around the pit lane and we'd talk to each other and people were really well informed about who was doing what and who was in the lead and what tyres they got on and so on, just between you and I. There was you and I, nobody else, and no tech to help us. And I'm not whinging, I'm just saying it was challenging, but it was fantastic. And Bazza, we did it. And another one where I'm in boastful mode that probably nobody cares about except us, but that's okay, is until Spa a couple of years ago, the Australian Grand Prix in Adelaide had the distinction of being the shortest Grand Prix on record. I think it was 1990 or 91. Anyway, the big wet. And it so happened that the two duty commentators for that Grand Prix, the first stint, was Barry Oliver and David Rose. And then they stopped the race. So we had the distinction of being calling the shortest, the two Tassie blokes, the Baldies, calling the shortest Grand Prix on record. That was one of many, many fantastic memories around the country and around Tassie with you, Baz. A couple of, not so much there. The body burps, didn't like those much. And the snoring in the various hotels that could wake the dead, you could hear them from the moon. But it's all part of the deal. There are a lot more good bits than there were bad bits. In fact, there were lots and lots of good bits, Baz. We laughed together, we cried together. Literally, who can remember when Possum Bourne left us, Baz and I cried openly. Yeah, that was tough, but that's just the kind of relationship we've had. You're a magnificent man, Baz. You're a fantastic family man. Everybody knows that. But you're also a great motorsportsman. You've been state chairman of CAMS. You've won Targa 8 times. You've done a newspaper column forever. You've been chairman of the Hall of Fame for a long time. You're a Hall of Famer yourself, and the Targa Hall of Fame as well. So on it goes. What I've been saying to people this week, Baz, with pride, is that in my view, you are the very epitome of the quintessential passionate motorsportsman. You are the package, mate. And I'm pleased to have known you, pleased to have worked with you, and I'm very pleased to be able to call you my friend and have done for 44 years. Don't be a stranger, buddy. There'll always be a mic open for you wherever we see you, wherever you are. Go well, mate. Love you.